Hi everyone, my name is Joel Silva and welcome back to another Data in the Wild episode hosted by Data Meaning. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe the channel below and click the bell to turn on notifications to be the first to know every time we upload a new video. Today, we're covering how to look for gaps in a dataset using Alteryx Designer. Let's get started. So, looking for gaps in a dataset can be for financial purpose, like checking invoices numbers, or maybe checking IDs in a table or database. We're going to create a workflow to do that check. I've already put an input text tool here on the canvas and removed some numbers on purpose to test our workflow. As we can see, here I have a field named numbers with 7 records, starting at 10 and ending at 20. So in a small database, that check can be done manually, but in a large database with 10 million records, for example, it becomes more complicated. Our goal is create an expression to put together our complete range database and compare it with our original database and see what is missing. There is no function to do that in Alteryx yet, so we can just put some tools together to accomplish our objective. So, first of all, we need to identify in this sequence which one is the first and which one is the last number. To do that, let's just put the summarize tool here and add 2 actions, first and last. Let's just rename the fields to first and last. So if you run the workflow, we can see the new 2 fields with the values of first and last numbers of our sequence. The next step, we need to create the complete sequence of our numbers. And to do that, we will use the generate rows tool. So we are creating a new field which I will call num count, and the type of the field will let int 32 because we are working with integer numbers here, but if you will use that solution in a dataset with float numbers, you can use the double. Okay, so our initialization expression will begin at the first number of our sequence. We can just write here manually between brackets, which indicates that is a variable, or just click here and in the variables tab, double clicking in first. Just click OK here. So we need to generate rows until certain condition is met. So which is our condition? We need to generate rows until our last number of the sequence has been reached. So let's put the num count here, which is our field name, and our condition is until last. So we click OK, and now we need to configure the loop expression, which one will increase our sequence one by one until this condition expression is met. So we need to edit here and put our field name num count. And when we click on run, we can see that there is a new field named num count with our complete sequence starting at 10 and ending at 20. So what we need to do now is compare the two datasets, our original dataset with the complete dataset. So to do that, we will use a join tool and make the join by specific fields. In the left, it will be the numbers column, and the right, the num count column or field. So when we run, we can see all the three results. The first one, the L anchor, will show us all the records that exists in the original database and doesn't exist in the complete database. It is empty because obviously in the complete sequence we have all the records in the original database. The next one, the J anchor, will show us exactly the original database because it is all records that exists on the original database and exists in the complete database as well. So in the R anchor, we can see all the missing numbers, which is our goal. Just because here in the R anchor we can see all the records that exists on the complete database that doesn't exist in the original database, which means our missing numbers 12, 13, 14 and 19, as we can see here in the text input tool. That wraps up today's video on how to look for gaps in a dataset using Alteryx Designer. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to know when future videos are posted.